IPMNation.com.
Local Outbreak on 100.1 The Planet. Matt from IPMNation.com here at The Planet. With me engineering the show tonight, as always, is Mr. Tim Martin. If you need a DJ for your event or a shindig, which has become our term of choice here on the show, be sure to go to centralnhevents.com and you can hire Tim to do that for you. He does a great job. centralnhevents.com. And very excited to have with us here in the studio tonight, Heir Tyte. And two of the guys I already know, Ryan Gorman, of course, from Amsterdam.
Thanks for having us up.
Absolutely. And Seth, welcome.
It's happening.
And you have some other gentlemen with you who I am meeting for the first time this evening. And I must say, it's not what I expected.
No, you're very lucky. As you know, the princes don't make it out very often. But over at Amsterdam, we're fortunate enough to get wind of these guys trying to break into hip hop from overseas. And Seth had done some work with another artist that they were a fan of. So Seth got in touch with Prince Hanhart over here, and Prince touched one Etchcliffe of the band Heir Tyte.
Very nice. Well, it's nice to meet both of you.
It's good to see you. Thank you.
Hello.
It's nice. Thank you so much for being here. It's nice. Thank you.
Oh, yes. Well, thank you. Why don't we play a track to start the show? What do you guys want to play?
Han, what do you think? What do you like? Change positions, maybe? If it's good? Change positions, I think. Yeah.
I like that track. I've heard that.
Yeah, Change Positions is good. That's one of their best tracks.
Yeah.
That's the only one that the guys made.
Yeah, but didn't you guys just cut? Didn't you have a snippet of the new track that you guys just did? I mean, we just.
If you want to bang out the new one, is good. That's fine. If you want to do that,
we can play the new one.
You got something new? Brand new?
Yes, brand new. It's good. Yeah.
Oh, really? Why don't we play that? It'll be like a world premiere.
I like it, yeah.
We can change positions later, so to speak. You know what I mean? The song.
Yes. He guess it's good.
Yeah, okay. Well, what is that what we're going to do? What's the new one called?
This is,
When the Lights Go Out.
All right.
When the lights go out. It's good.
All right, good. So this is When the Lights Go Out from Heir Tyte here on Local Outbreak on 100.1 The Planet.
Fashionably late as we stroll up into the club. 2 bottles of Hennessy and 4 bottles of Bub. Gotta push our way through women just to take a drink. Heir Tyte is in the building, shorty, what you think? You say you're having a great time, well I'ma make it greater. The after party's coming later in the Winnebago. You wanna giggle, wiggle, shiver, scream and shout. Well, what you think is gonna happen when the lights go out?
When the lights go out, the panties come down, then we'll make sounds like animals. When the lights go out, the panties come down, then we'll make sounds like animals.
Once the lights are down, that's when I remove the crown. The first royal ought to make you turn around, 'cause I picked the first position and it's you face down.
When the lights go out, the panties come down, then we'll make sounds like animals. When the lights go out, the panties come down, then we'll make sounds like animals. The lights go out, the panties come down, then we'll
100.1 The Planet's local outbreak with IPMNation.com.
Local Outbreak on 100.1 The Planet. Matt from IPMNation.com here at The Planet with the guys from Heir, Tyte. Ryan and Seth, are you all members of Heir, Tyte, or are you guys like their producers and they're the group, or how does it work?
Ryan does a lot of promoting and like the business aspect for them, and I produce the music and I record them, engineer it.
I'm more or less they're out of their element when they're here, so I'm more or less like their handler.
Okay.
I am in the studio with them at all. I mean, high maintenance dudes.
Really?
Yeah. You have never.
Dude, they're royal.
I don't know how to say this
royalty,
on the
princes.
I'm going to try and say this the best I can on the radio, but one of the things that they have that sets them apart from any other rappers talking about bling is, you know what a Prince Albert is, the piercing?
Yeah,
Prince Albert.
Oh, yeah.
They have one of those, but it was diamonds all.
Oh, my goodness.
They have
and it's more like a skin graft. It's not.
It's a whole operation. You cannot do it here in the United States, because I was very interested in it when.
Was it illegal here?
And the amount of diamonds that you have to get, they're obviously conflict diamonds, I think, probably attached to them, but they enjoy it.
I seriously doubt that they're conflict diamonds. I seriously doubt that.
I would hope not.
The amount of money that these guys have,
That's true,
the amount of money that they throw around, I
didn't even think of that. I mean, the wealth on these guys, like Seth was saying. Yeah. I take that back. They probably aren't conflict diamonds.
Yeah,
I do.
They're not conflict diamonds. No, these guys have more money than anyone I've ever met. Like it's old royal. Listen,
really?
They came the first time that they came to record. What, like 9 months ago, almost
coming up on a year.
Coming up on a year. They came, they recorded, and they went back. While they were here, they ate at what's that French diner on the west side?
Chez Vachon.
Chez Vachon. They ate at Chez Vachon. They had the poutine. And they went back to Luxembourg, and I think it was not even a week later, we saw them. They came back for a day to get poutine. Flew all the way back here. Spent how much money is that in jet fuel?
And it doesn't even matter because they take more. They each take their own jet too.
Really?
Right. They've got a whole, and then there's a production crew. Not a production crew. What do you call it?
Entourage.
They're
royal entourage.
Handlers. Yeah.
Wow.
It's ridiculous. Like
Zaljunas, he just stepped out. He's the head of security, but the security team.
Yeah, they don't go anywhere without him.
You've met the head of security, but you haven't met the security team. Is like
CIA-ish.
Yeah, it's reminiscent to Secret Service, but
like
way bigger and more Slavic.
We actually stay away. This is the closest we really get to the princes, I would say, because unless it's recording studio time, we're also fortunate enough to get close enough to them like that. Mm-hmm. But the entourage that they come with took out how many hotel rooms in downtown Manchester? I don't want to say what hotel.
No.
I believe it was like the top 4 floors.
Yeah, at least.
No kidding.
Yeah.
That's a good cash injection into the local economy.
Oh, absolutely. And I think they travel with all their concubines, both of them.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Wow.
Which is interesting because most countries and stuff don't have concubines, or at least openly, you don't to boast and brag about your concubines.
Yeah. Well, I guess when you're in a country that the main source of industry is finance,
banking and finance.
Banking.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all they do. They just money is what the country.
They own
all
how
about.
many banks? And there's, I think, 187 banks in Luxembourg.
Okay.
So very, as you know, it's a very small country, and I think they own 97.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's an overwhelming rate.
So they control the banking industry, clearly.
Well,
absolutely.
You wouldn't
over there. Yeah.
Well, over there, yes.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how far the royal hand actually reaches.
I'm not sure.
I'm not going to find out.
I'm not sure how intertwined they are with the business dealings. These guys really Well, if you listen to the music, you can tell that they're mainly just about that. And it was difficult to get them into the studio to do this today because they don't seem to comprehend that if you're going to be in the show business, like there's a large part of that you're going to spend speaking with people such as yourself, doing award ceremonies, interviews of all different kinds, and most, I'd say 99% of all those are not going to involve sex, and that doesn't sit well with these two,
right?
At all, because they are about.
I mean, what else do you do when you're that wealthy? I mean,
what else is there really? I mean,
they've got it. They've
drugs. Do any drugs? Or,
I think minimal drug use. They drink. They drink, and actually, you know what? They do not use drugs. What they do is they use herbal supplements. They promote an herbal supplement actually available in stores. Forbidden Fruit has some in Manchester. It's called Cockstar. It's male sexual performance enhancement. They swear by it. They have lyrics about it in their songs, and
it's over the counter
vials of they've got vials and vials of it carried on them. They give it out like candy.
Oh yeah, no, I'm familiar. I mean, I've heard of it. Yeah,
but I as well have never seen. I've been at a couple of their parties, but I did not see them particularly doing anything, but you don't see much of them at their parties anyway. It's mostly models and more models.
Sure. They're sort of surrounded by
retarded
models,
amount of women.
Really? Wow.
I mean, have you ever seen anything like that? I mean, I haven't been to the Playboy Mansion or anything, but
me neither. Actually,
I've been to Luxembourg Palace, and I've never seen anything like it. It's
Luxembourg Palace is like
you're up to your elbows in trim. Can you say that?
I think so. Can you say that, Tim?
Up to your elbows.
About 5-6 years ago, there was a bunch of pictures circulated on the internet about pictures of a Sikh's house.
Yes.
And it had like the gold throne, the gold toilet seats, and like everything gold ornate everywhere. That palace. The Luxembourg Palace it puts that to shame.
Really?
To shame.
Some of the rooms have gold walls and floors.
Really?
Yeah, and it was carved. I think he said one whole room was actually carved out of one giant piece of gold. I asked him why he did it, and he just said, "'Cause I can."
Yes,
because I can.
Yes. Well, when you have that much money,
and you know what? He felt he was doing the right thing when I talked to Touch. He felt he was doing the right thing because it employed. I think it was. What did he say? It was like half the country of Luxembourg stopped what they were doing. The country almost fell apart, but luckily their father, King Keyman, kept the money coming in.
I remember seeing this on the news. I watched CNN.
Yeah, and he kept the money coming in to keep the economy afloat while Touch had his room carved out of a single piece of gold. And where have you ever seen a piece of gold large enough to whittle a room out of?
Yeah,
ever?
And it's not like a one-bedroom room on the west side of Manchester. This is cathedral ceiling, like 40 by 60.
Yeah,
at least.
Picture Texas Stadium. Have you seen Texas Stadium?
Oh, sure, yeah.
That's about what, an eighth of a wing of the Palace.
Yeah, it's
an eighth of a wing.
Wow,
it's ridiculous. The deal with these guys is that if their whole deal is hip hop, they were influenced by American hip hop. They didn't realize that American hip hop is BS. You know, like what these guys are talking about in the U.S. is just, it's all glamour and glitz. They don't really, you watch a video of some unnamed artist that I won't say, but 90% of them, and they're driving around in these
those
$1
video shoots,
it's not theirs.
Too.
Right, it's not theirs. It's either rented or it's owned by the label.
Yeah, so they're posers, really. I mean,
right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. These guys actually do what they say they do.
They're legit.
Completely legit. I mean, more legit than you can imagine. Think about it. And you hear rappers talk about they got 10 grand on their chain, or whatever, however much they got, and they
try 5.6 billion on your member.
Yeah, embedded skin, grafted into your skin.
It sounds horrifying, actually, but impressive.
They can show you if you want to see them.
Maybe during the next track.
Okay.
Yeah. How did you guys get hooked up with them? I mean, you're both from Manchester?
Yeah, I mean, originally I'm from Londonderry, but
Yeah.
I mean, I think Seth's from up this way.
I was producing music for an artist that they were a European artist that they were
fans of.
They were not just fans of. He kind of had like a little following and kind of has the same style of music that they do.
Yeah.
And they wanted to get into it, and they asked him who his producer was, and he gave my name to them.
Oh, who was the artist you were producing for?
I'm signed to a non-disclosure.
Really?
Yeah. There's been.
The work in Europe is a little bit different than it is here.
Yeah.
I mean, we could have these guys. I mean, I don't think they'd ever do it. But you could have them play, at a club around here, where over there, like Seth said, there's a huge paper trail just to even get a simple show done. Not to mention that with that record deal with that artist, we can't even mention his name, and he's actually on one of Tyte's tracks. He's actually on it.
Yeah.
The amount of money that these guys have and the future that these guys have, the last thing in the world that we want to do is make them upset. So when they say, you don't discuss any other artists other than us, I mean, I can't even produce for anybody else anymore. I don't need to.
Right, yeah.
But, I mean, that's the negative side of it. But
yeah,
there's a whole lot of positive.
Because no one was buying what they were doing originally over there. No one was making a purchase of any of their albums or songs over here in the United States. So using IPM Nation and Amsterdam, we gave them an outlet to, at least get their foot in the door, so to speak, over here in the United States.
Absolutely.
It's picking up, though. Things are picking up for these guys now over here.
Not like they really need.
Right.
It's more of a pride thing, I think, for them to just get, the name of Luxembourg out there and say, hey, we do this too, and we're 10 times more wealthy than you. Boom. I mean, that's kind of...
That's a good message, and I like it.
One of the reasons why I'm on board is because I was fed up with hip-hop, all the fakeness. And these guys, they may come off as like being comical in a way, but if you really understand who they really are, and they're not lying like this, they're not making this stuff up.
And I wouldn't laugh at them. I'm frankly terrified of them.
They're
intimidating.
When's the last picture you've seen of these guys? Yeah, you can't even get a picture of them.
Yeah,
there's some out there with their. I'm sure you've heard of the royal masks.
Yes,
similar to their crown. That's the only time. I mean, that's how these guys go out in public. It's very strange to us. But over there, they walk out the door, and I mean, the entire country practically shuts down as they walk by, like almost a parade. Everybody stops, and oh my God, there they are. And
you know what it was like when we were over there for the first time? You ever seen the movie Coming to America?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It was exactly like that, only in Europe.
Right. Yeah.
It is exactly. I never thought of that analogy.
Yeah.
But you know what? There's actually concubines that say to them in the tub, the royal is clean.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's. I never even thought of that analogy.
So that must be where they got that from for the movie, because that actually happens.
Oh, I'm sure.
I'm not even. Wow, I never even thought about that.
Definitely happens.
Interesting.
They could have done that and they just switched it to Africa.
Yeah, exactly.
Because that's
That's probably a standard royal thing in most countries that have royalty.
Yeah.
Yeah, what few there are left.
Yeah, I know, right?
They're not a constitutional monarchy like England. They're just the headpieces. Yeah,
it's actually called the Grand Duchy is the type
Right.
Oh, okay, right. I understand, yeah.
Also known as the Grand Duke, who they actually had a third member of Heir Tyte when they originally came over here.
What happened to him?
The Grand Duke. He just, I don't know if it was stage fright or if he just, not stage fright, but mic fright or whatever it was. But
performance anxiety.
Performance anxiety. He just he ended up going home.
But then the other side of that was he was the only one in that group that wasn't, and he has a significant other. He doesn't, he doesn't meddle with the concubines.
Right, because the Grand Duke's a little bit positions.
You know, he's all about date night.
Yeah. Yeah, it makes touring difficult, I would assume. For someone like him.
Absolutely.
Well, why don't we play another track, and then maybe when we come back, we can talk to the Princes a little more. I don't want them to feel ignored. I don't want to upset them. They are truly terrifying.
Definitely.
Not a problem.
And Zaldrunas is
go
terrifying
grab
as well.
grab the boys out of the Winnebago kid. We're gonna have them come in here for a few minutes.
We should play while they're on their way back in here. We talked a little bit about their concubines.
Yeah.
Play that for them. I'm sure they'll be all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll play Concubines.
All right, that's the name of the track?
Yeah, Concubines by Heir Tyte.
All right, this is Concubines by Heir Tyte here on Local Outbreak on 100.1 The Planet.
Check 1, 2, selector. What have you? Concubines. 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 That's what we said. If you ain't got a concubine, you might as well be dead. Some may do your dishes and some may give you head. So get yourself a concubine and start wasting your bread. Concubines. That's what we said. If you ain't got a concubine, you might as well be dead. Some may do your dishes and some may give you head. So get yourself a concubine and start wasting your bread.
Concubines. I myself have 9, some grotesque and some divine, but either way, they are all mine. 2 redheads, 4 brunettes, 2 tall blondes and a fat midget, 4 nurses, 4 beauticians, but my favorite concubine is a mathematician.
Touch much like a sultan with a harem full of trim. 2 named Vanessa, 7 named Kim. My concubine ranges from 9 to 12. Some on the playing field and some on the shelf. When I leave the palace, the place is on lockdown. Sit still and keep the mouth shut. Some keep talking as they clean the house up.
A different concubine for every day of the week, plus 2 more for the Sabbath. Much respect to number 3, because escorts and strippers are a thing of the past. Ass airtight concubines all a blast. A different concubine for every day of the week, plus 2 more for the Sabbath. Much respect to number 3, because escorts and strippers are a thing of the past. Ass airtight concubines all a blast.
Concubines, that's what we said. If you ain't got a concubine, you might as well be dead. Some may do your dishes and some may give you head. So get yourself a concubine and start wasting your bread. Concubines, that's what we said. If you ain't got a concubine, you might as well be dead. Some may do your dishes and some may give you head. So get yourself a concubine and start wasting your bread. Check 1, 2, selector. What have you? Concubines. 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 Got a stable full of bitches.
One 100.1 The Planet's Local Outbreak with IPMNation.com.
Local Outbreak on 100.1 The Planet. Matt from IPMNation.com here with Heir Tyte. We have Ryan and Seth here, and they sent Zaldrunas to bring in these. Well, Zaldrunas himself is quite terrifying, but I guess that's the idea. But he's also brought in these very intimidating gentlemen. I don't know how do I address them. I don't want to offend anybody. Do I just
Prince. Royal Touch, Prince Touch.
royal? We'll go with Prince Touch, I guess. Okay. And how do I address you, sir?
Your Royal Highness would be fine.
Your Royal Highness. Okay. Very regal.
He's the heir to the throne.
Really? Literally? Yes. Like you're next in line?
When our father.
I'm the eldest son.
Really?
When the father's gone. Mm-hmm. Heir to the throne.
Oh, wow. Well, how many times have you been to our country?
Whenever I want.
I mean, it must be a lot, right? You've recorded a lot of music here with...
But every once in a while, we'll take a few days and take jets.
Jets? Multiple jets? Like you each take your own, or...?
Yes.
Of course.
Of course.
Oh, I'm sorry. It was a silly question.
This place is a dump.
You don't.
There's absolutely no women in this entire studio. What kind of a studio is it?
Well, it's a little cramped, but it's a typical American radio station.
My closet's left side is bigger than this. It's a dump.
I have gerbil cages larger than this room, and they're made of 24 karat gold. I would rather be sitting in my gerbil cage right now.
I'd rather
Maybe
be
we
sitting in my gold
could
room.
continue this interview.
You know, I have an
in
entire
Luxembourg.
room whittled from one piece of gold.
I heard about that earlier, actually. Ryan mentioned it.
You should not be talking royal business.
Well, he meant no harm, I'm sure.
It's
He works very hard for you, and he said many complimentary things while you were outside.
He's for a peasant.
must.
He's for a peasant. He works good.
He must.
He's for a peasant. He works good.
Yes, yes.
You give him too much compliments.
He's nice for a peasant. Very good. He's good. For a peasant, boys, runs good.
I'm bored.
High.
Zaljunis, bring me a drink.
Well,
Who the hell is that?
Oh, that's Tim. If you need a DJ for your event, you can go to centralnhevents.com. And I don't know if he'll travel to Luxembourg, but
what I would like is for him to stop eye screwing me.
well, he's never seen royalty before in person, as I have not either. He means no harm.
Do not look me in the eyes, please.
No. I apologize, Prince. I apologize to both of you and to your staff and anyone else.
On with it.
Yes. Can you tell me about your influences, your highnesses, or however that works?
Women.
Sex.
Just women.
Originally,
Sex with women.
Yes.
sex with women. Originally, we had a few influences from American hip hop, but after being in the country for approximately 3 minutes, realized that they're all completely full of bollocks, and we're the only real hip hop artists in the entire world. So there you have it.
How did you decide to do music and become hip hop artists?
Because we can.
So is that the main subject matter that your highnesses that
What-
you
What else is there?
well, I don't know. I mean, there's
what is your driving force every day when you get up?
well, okay, I guess it's sex.
Do you listen to hip hop? Do you listen to American hip hop?
If you go,
I do.
If you go to
What's your favorite artist?
My favorite artist,
American hip hop.
American hip hop. I like a lot of more underground stuff, Swollen Members and
I kind of like the name of that sound.
yes. You could have a song called Swollen Members.
Zaljunis, call them.
Why are you going to have Zaljunis call them? What is he going to try to arrange?
I'm going to purchase them.
Really? You're going to purchase the name?
Everything. I'm going to purchase them.
Literally them? Like
I'm going to throw so much freaking money in their direction. I will purchase them. I'll purchase you. But you don't seem like you're worth anything. You disgust me.
well, I apologize, Your Highness. I don't mean to. I don't mean to upset you. I just. I'm very interested in your music and what both of you do.
Of course you're interested in our music.
Everyone is interested in our
It's
music.
about sex with women. Money.
Well, not everyone is necessarily interested in your music. I mean, respectfully. I mean,
More.
Who is not interested in our music?
well, I like.
Zaljunis, come here.
Well, no. I mean no offense, please. No, I just mean say like a gay man. He wouldn't be interested in music about sex with women.
Oh, on the contrary. We have very many gay fans. As a matter of fact,
You just said you're a fan.
you,
Well,
we have...
I'm not. I'm not gay.
Okay, you're right. We're on the air. Don't do that again, Touch. We're on the air. Obviously, he doesn't want to.
I mean, I'm not as perhaps as manly as Your Highnesses. You're very manly, gentleman.
And you are not.
Well, perhaps not as much. We Americans.
You're also not as nearly as wealthy as I am.
Well, that is very true. That is very true.
My left...
I
Well,
have,
go ahead and say my left toe
Oh, yes.
I have
Because my other left dangle is worth far, far more.
touch. I have $40,000 in my pocket. I guarantee you that our members are larger than yours. And I guarantee you that you do not have 1 carat embedded.
10,000 carats. Jammed. 1,300 hours in surgery.
17 surgeons.
With 24 assistants.
No, okay, I admit I do not have anything embedded.
You have nothing close to what we have.
Well, that is true. You're correct. You've got me.
Would you like to see it?
No, please, no.
There it is. Gaze upon it.
I'm not going to
You
look.
can't take your eyes off it, can you?
I don't want to.
The guy off to the left hasn't been able to take his eyes off me. Now he's glued.
Well, it is impressive. It is impressive.
Impressive isn't even a word.
I can honestly say I've never seen anything like it.
Touch, put it away.
Put
it away.
Your Highness, if you could just put that
Put it
away
away,
for a
Touch.
moment.
Rarely ever do I put this away myself.
Oh, who?
Women.
Oh, I was going to say.
I'm not asking you to come near it.
Oh, thank you. Good. Okay. All right.
Women, which you are extremely lacking of in this studio.
Well, it's very small, as you said.
This thing has never been touched by hands other than that of concubines and women. American women.
Oh, well, that's good for you, I guess.
Put it away.
Please don't make me do that, Your Highness. I'm not a woman.
Put the freaking thing away.
I don't believe he should have to repeat himself more than twice.
Do you have some gloves or something?
Of course we have gloves. You think I want you touching it?
Now
your
grubby
bare
meat
hands?
hooks all over those
Peasant
diamonds.
hands.
No, I would hope not. All right. Well, if I can put some gloves on, I'll...
Put these
Touch,
gold
let's
leaf
go.
gloves
Touch,
on.
let's go. This man is daft.
Maybe
Daft.
I'll pretend I'm putting away some lumber or
You'll
something.
pretend you're putting away a Luxembourg and Royal diamond encrusted member. Is what you will think. You cannot think of anything else.
Sorry, I'm gasping because I'm...
Because it's a one-of-a-time experience.
Well, that it is, yes.
You'll never do this again unless you're putting my brothers away.
Yes, I understand. Well, I'll tell you what. Why don't we...
Put it away.
Well, why don't we play
Look, Touch, it's bigger than his arm.
Well, I could stand to hit the gym, I suppose. Well, why don't we play another track, Your Highnesses, and then maybe while the track is playing, I'll help you with that.
Let's why don't we change positions then?
Yes, change position would be a wonderful
Well,
track to play.
can I just stay here?
It's the name of the song.
The name of the
Oh,
track.
sorry. Yes.
Dimwit.
What's this about?
It's about all those positions that you change. Dirty Sanchez.
David Blaine, Cornish game hens and Purple Rain,
Oh,
Paraplegic's Paradise, David Carradine. You are familiar with the David Carradine, aren't you?
oh, of course. Well, who isn't?
The Tony Danza,
The Angry
which
Dwarf.
saved our lives more than one occasion. The Tony Danza.
Oh, well.
Have you ever had an Abe Lincoln bonanza?
I'm trying to recall. I'll get back to you.
Listen to the positions and tell me which ones you've done.
Are they all?
Take this piece of paper and write down every position that you hear that you have accomplished in your lifetime.
Both of you.
I'm
right.
not interested in this one.
I am. He's staring at me.
He hasn't said a word the entire time we've been here.
He's been saying words to me with his eyes the entire time.
So stop looking at him.
That's Tim from CentralNHEvents.com.
Have you never seen a diamond-encrusted penis before, Tim?
You just saw one.
Wow.
Well,
The name of the song is Change Positions.
yes.
We are airtight.
Thank you, Your Highness. Well, we'll play. We'll go ahead and play that. This is Change Positions from Air Tyte here on Local Outbreak on 100.1 The Planet.
The Dirty Sanchez and David Blaine, the Cornish game hens and Purple Rain. position, change the game. Let's try them all, you filthy dames.
Jelly donut, Boston cream. The angry pirate is pretty mean. Pink sock, the cork tweed. Space stockings, what you need. Jack hammer, cross jostle. Both of these take lots of muscle. Cosby sweater, the angry elf. The donkey punch speaks for itself. Chili dogs, the angry penis. Dutch ovens won't come between us. Bismarck, rodeo, Blumpkin, airtight show. Eiffel Tower, the hot Carl. After that, a golden shower. Cleveland steamer, mushroom stamp. Cunnilingus, I'm the champ.
Angry walrus, say it twice. Tony Danza saved my life. Yes, pink socks come with their price, but after all, we are airtight. Angry walrus, say it twice. Tony Danza saved my life. Yes, pink socks come with their price, but after all, we are airtight. The Daddy Sanchez and David Blaine. The Cornish game ends in purple rain. Change position, change the game. Let's try them all, you filthy dames. Daddy Sanchez and David Blaine. The Cornish game ends in purple rain. Change position, change the game. Let's try them all, you filthy dames. Canadian Starburst Maybelline. The Dolphin, David Carradine. The swollen ankle, the pearly gates. The angry walrus, the empty plate. Fellatio, then Tony Danza. Let's have an Abe Lincoln bonanza. Mexican hot pockets are great for dessert. Strawberry shortcake, spread 'em wide. Geronimo, the much I do. The Eskimo, Kama Sutra, 69. Penetration from behind. The purple smurf, the swollen womb. Camel toes and Egyptian tombs. The strobe light, the dolomite. The paraplegic's paradise. The Daddy Sanchez and David Blaine. The Cornish game ends in purple rain. Change position, change the game. Let's try them all, you filthy dames. Daddy Sanchez and David Blaine. The Cornish game ends in purple rain. Change position, change the game. Let's try them all, you change position. Sanchez and David Blaine. The Cornish game ends in purple rain. Change position, change the game. Let's try them all, you change position. Sanchez and David Blaine. The Cornish game ends in purple rain. Change position, change the game. Let's try them all, you change position. Change position.
100.1 The Planet's local outbreak with IPMNation.com.
Local outbreak on 100.1 The Planet. Matt from IPMNation.com here at The Planet with, we have Ryan and Seth here. The Princes have gone back to their Winnebago.
Yeah, what happened, dude? I've never seen them so upset. What exactly occurred?
There was some awkwardness about. I almost don't even want to.
They didn't whip it out, did they?
Kind of.
Yeah, they have a tendency of doing that.
And then I
But can you blame them? Did you see it? It was amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't want to look, but I did, and so did Tim, actually.
Yeah, they were talking about Tim.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's like. Have you ever been to Tiffany's in New York? Like, just walk past the window. It's like the same thing. Looking in a glass case at Tiffany's. There's so many diamonds.
Yeah, I don't like to. I'm kind of in the same boat as Seth. I don't like to sound so excited about talking about.
It was uncomfortable at first, but
yeah, because you're like, why am I so excited looking at this dude's?
Member.
Yeah.
Well, there's a difference between being excited and aroused. I mean, you're not.
But just being like enthusiastic.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's what I meant. Aroused.
Yeah. Oh, really? Oh, my.
No, seriously, man. Come on.
Oh, yeah.
Come on.
Well,
You can't. You. I bet you couldn't keep your eyes off.
it was impressive. It was something to behold, and
Speaking of behold,
I had to put gloves and
yeah,
on, and
you had
it
to
was,
behold it, didn't you?
Well, I just had to help. You guys were
had that old trick that they
you guys
did.
were outside and
They gave you the old we don't touch our.
They don't.
Yeah, that's what they told me.
Yeah, they got us with that one too. Yeah, they touch it all the time.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what? Come on.
Well, I don't know. I mean, they're from Luxembourg. I don't know how things work there.
Well, I think they elaborate a little bit. But
Well, a lesson learned. So,
Won't make that mistake again.
no.
You won't get the opportunity to.
Yeah, they're all upset.
not. Yeah,
well,
they-
please apologize on my behalf. I don't
Yeah,
wish
they'll
to
be.
upset
They're all
them.
right. I hope.
Yeah, no.
Whatever.
We'll have to explain to them yet again that nothing is going to compare to their standards. And,
Right,
you
right.
know,
Yeah.
A palace. Sorry.
Yeah, no. Where do we find Airtight online? And
You can go right to our Amsterdam IPM Nation page. So
yes,
I'm sure your listeners are familiar with IPM Nation. So you go on IPM Nation, you go to the Amsterdam channel, and you'll see a link right there. It says Amsterdam Records Airtight. You got all their stuff right there. You can get them on SoundCloud, and by the end of the week, you can probably get it on Groove Shark too, because that's the next thing I'm working on for them is putting it on Groove Shark.
oh, very good. Are there immediate plans to release more music other than what's already out? Or?
But whenever they call
Yeah.
me, and then I get a hold of Seth for the studio time, and I mean they can be here.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes they'll call like 9 o'clock at night, and they're here the next morning like 11
gonna say,
hours or something. It's like
Are you guys kind of like on call? Like they
Yeah,
just call
definitely.
you and then
and something if there's like too much delay between the last time that we've okay, we won't BS when we're running out of money. We call. I'll make a few beats and call them up and like shoot them over to them, see if they want to do something with it. Sometimes they respond, sometimes they don't. But I mean, they're here now. They'll probably get liquored up and go back to the studio after they do what they do.
yes.
And we might possibly have another track in the works, other than the one that just came out. Then we might be able to get another one done before they go back.
Very good. Well, I hope so. And again, please apologize on both my and Tim's behalfs if we upset them in any way. And please tell them, we were impressed with, the whole thing.
it's hard not to be.
Yeah, exactly.
No pun intended.
Well, thanks, guys. And
Things always hard as a diamond.
Diamonds are a girl's best friend.
That's true.
And thank you, Tim. Tim, if you need a DJ for your event, go to centralNHEvents.com. You can hire Mr. Tim Martin to DJ your event. And if you want to relive all the glory of tonight, go to IPMNation.com/local outbreak, where all the shows are archived. And I suspect we'll be putting this on the Amsterdam channel as well on IPMNation.com.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
And don't forget any Wednesday night. Sometimes we play some Airtight stuff.
Oh, yes.
On our television show. That's actually we got to get down there tonight.
Yeah.
It's Wednesday nights at 11.
Yeah, that's right.
Wednesday nights at 11 on IPM Nation.
Shout out to Nigel Humpsgood and Joel Elber, Amsterdam.
The most
Peter
respected
White.
newsmen I know.
Peter
Yeah,
White.
definitely.
Peter White.
Yeah.
Peter White.
No.
Peter White.
Nigel and
What are you just saying? The
Peter White
how
Show.
many times you can say Peter
The
White?
Peter White Show.
I was talking about the newsmen who I respect.
Oh, Nigel Humpsgood, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
what I'm saying.
And
Nigel.
of course, Joel Elber.
Nigel, it's
Joel,
phenomenal
yeah.
newscaster.
we haven't heard from Nigel in a while. I haven't been around. I've been dealing with some personal things. So Nigel hasn't been reporting.
No, he sent the 2 news guys. So
He'll probably
sent the 2 news.
He'll probably be around tonight. He usually uncannily shows up whenever Airtight's in town because he's tight
That's
with
true.
they're tight.
Covers them specifically.
You know what I never asked you guys? Can you tell our listeners how to spell Airtight?
Oh yeah.
That's kind of important. I didn't think
that
to
is
ask that.
really important.
Yes.
It's they never have told us what Tyte means in Luxembourgish, Luxembourgish or whatever they speak.
Luxembourgian, I don't know.
It's that word, but heir is like heir to the throne, Heir.
Okay.
And then Tyte is Tyte, which is they will not tell us it's some word.
Really?
In Lux, yeah, I don't.
Or they could be just doing their royal
Or it's a word that they just
jokes.
made up.
Probably.
Yeah. Very.
Maybe they just made up a word. And
Royal
paid to have it in the
Luxembourgish
dictionary
humor
in the
is
country,
a
who
lot
knows?
drier than even British humor. so
Really?
I guess they can afford to be.
Exactly. What do you guys want to wrap up the show with? We'll play one more track.
Well, they're not here, so I guess we can.
probably the one that started the whole number 3 craze. I mean, everybody knows what number 1 is. Everybody knows what number 2 is. And so here's their new hit, number 3.
Hot track.
I'll let their music do the explaining.
All right. Well, I look forward to listening to this.
If you can't figure it out.
All right. So this is number 3 from Heir, Tyte here on Local Outbreak on 100.1 The Planet. Thanks, guys, and please tell the princes I'm sorry.
Definitely. Thanks.
No problem.
Thanks for having us, Matt.
man.
Always a pleasure, man.
Absolutely.
Tim, good to see you, buddy.
Nice to meet you guys.
You're the best.
Number three, I'm taking it number 3. I got bitches sitting, waiting, ready in the limousine. Number three, I'm taking it number 3. Got cut, stop pills in a bottle of Hennessy. Number three, I'm taking it number 3. I got bitches sitting, waiting, ready in the limousine. Number three, I'm taking it number 3. Got cut, stop pills in a bottle of Hennessy. 6 dimes on the couch and none of them got their clothes on. Feed them ecstasy and turn the waves around boson. And after that, that's when it goes on. So bitch, unzip my pants while homie Touch puts the pros on.
They call me Touch, cause the straight touch much. If you was a car, then I'd burn the clutch. When Airtight's done, you'll be walking with a crutch. When I'm done dropping threes, I'll be rolling the Dutch.
Airtight, all up in your guts. Airtight, straight dropping nuts. Airtight, now we're up in your butts. Airtight, still dropping nuts. Number three, I'm taking it number 3. I got bitches sitting, waiting, ready in the limousine. Number three, I'm taking it number 3. Got cut, stop pills in a bottle of Hennessy. Number three, I'm taking it number 3. I got
100.1 The Planet's Local Outbreak with IPMNation.com.
The Planet's Local Outbreak is recorded weekly at the studios of 100.1 The Planet. It's engineered by Tim Martin of CentralNHEvents.com. Matt Connerton of IPMNation.com is the host of The Planet's Local Outbreak. The show is produced and edited by Annie Biello of 100.1 The Planet. For artist links and details about The Planet's Local Outbreak, log on to The Planet's Entertain Me page, WPNHFM.com. The Planet's Local Outbreak is available for download anytime online, IPMNation.com/local outbreak. The Planet's Local Outbreak is a product of 100.1 The Planet and Northeast Communications.
IPMNation.com.